Hello, Cousin Johnny here. We'd like to thank our sponsors for the Buzzin' with Cousins show. We thank you. Thank you, that garlic stuff. If you like garlic, you're going to love it. Put it on just about anything. That garlic stuff. Tuesday, Alvarado Farmers Market, or go to thatgarlicstuff.com. Thank you. Thank you, Art. I Heart You Candles, located right in front of Fisherman's Wharf. Beautiful hand poured candles. These are very inspirational candles. Call Sherry at 574-9446, right in front of Fisherman's Wharf. They're great. Thank you, Max Fit Meals, 520 Fremont Street. Grab and go healthy meals. They're delish. On your way from home from work, go grab some, heat them up, and fantastic. Thank you, Suds Cyber Laundry, 709 Lighthouse, Pacific Grove. Great modern machines, big screen TV, coffee, and a great friendly staff. Thank you, Suds. Thank you, the Whiskey Club, 425 Alvarado Street. Over 400 whiskeys to choose from. Go in, relax, have a drink. They have a bottle shop. They have room for special events. The Whiskey Club, thank you. Thank you, storyteller, author, and all-around good guy, Tony Albano. Tony has written 3 books, the latest being Cherish, about a New York teenager and a nun find love. Thank you, Tony. And if you want to order the book or find out more about Tony, go to Tony, Tony, Albano, Albano, storyteller.com. Check it out. Thank you. Thank you, sponsors, for the Buzzin' with Cousins show. We thank you. Hello, welcome to Buzzin' with Cousin Johnny here. How's everybody doing today? We got a great show planned. I got 2 great guests. So before further ado, let's get this show going. So as parents, wouldn't it be a thrill to collaborate with your son or daughter, partner up, do something together? Well, this dream team did. I'd like to introduce a father and daughter team. We call them the Dream Team. So, and they're creators of this great protein bar called a Cibáre Foods. They're the owners. So let me introduce Maddy and John Aliotti.
Hey.
Welcome to the show.
Hey.
How you doing?
Thanks for having us, cousin. We're excited to be here.
So I'm going to tell everybody, we're cousins. My grandmother and here we go again. My grandmother and John's grandfather were brother and sister. So we're related. Okay, so John, first of all, welcome to the show and congratulations on your product. You and Maddy doing things, father, daughter, or son, daughter, whatever. It's great. It really is a great thing to work side by side. So, John, take me down memory lane a little bit, where you grew up, where you ended up, and go ahead.
Yeah, well, it's been quite a journey. I grew up in Monterey, right on Scott Street, in the heart of Spaghetti Hill. So, yep. I am still very good friends with just about everyone that was from that neighborhood. I see those guys from time to time, and it's like we've never lost a beat. You know, we're still pretty close buddies. We were in each other's weddings and so on. And I went away to college and went up to Chico State along with a couple of the other guys from Monterey who I'm still good buddies with. Graduated in the 80s and moved back to Monterey, and began dating Melissa. Her name was Blair at the time. She's now Melissa Aliotti. And we were married in back in 1989,
nice, yeah.
And we at the time really were looking for a change, and we had one other close friend of ours, a couple that had relocated up to Sacramento. We loved the weather up here.
Yeah.
So in 1990, Melissa and I moved up to Sacramento, and we were actually able to buy a house, which was very difficult back in those days, and it's almost impossible now in Monterey.
Oh yeah, it's going out of hand now. Yeah.
But we've been in Sacramento for many years. We had two daughters. Maddie is the oldest of the two of my daughters. And that kind of brings us fast forward to where we are now.
Beautiful. It's great, really great catching up with you. Maddie, give me what's your story?
My story. Well, I feel like career-wise, it began when I moved down to San Diego to attend San Diego State for college. And I always wanted to, I'm actually in Encinitas right now. And growing up, I thought Encinitas was San Diego. So I was like, I'm moving to San Diego. Really, it was Encinitas that I wanted to be in. But went down to San Diego State, started working for a successful company while I was still in school. And the founder of said company, when I left, I was still in school, pulled me into his new venture. And I've kind of been working ever since in the product development, product marketing space, health, wellness, beauty.
Beautiful,
so,
yeah.
Much shorter story than what he has.
Great. So first of all, am I pronouncing it right? Cibáre?
You got it that time, John. Yes, it's cibáre. Cibáre.
That's what I was thinking, because the I in Italian is pronounced with an E, so cibáre. Okay, so
you got it.
Beautiful. So how did it happen?
Yeah, so I was taking I was working here in Sacramento, and I was taking a HIIT class. They called it boot camp during the lunch hour at my employer, and it was an actual lunchtime HIIT class. For people that don't know what HIIT is, it stands for high interval intensity training. And I was the oldest guy in the class, John.
Yeah.
And, I couldn't, the ultra competitive piece of me was not going to let these young guys out or do anything, that I couldn't do. So I was in this class, and then one day a couple of these guys brought some protein bars into the class, and I'd never eaten a protein bar in my life, but I understood the benefits of having protein after exercise to help you recover.
Yes.
There's a lot of health benefits just to ingesting protein in some form within an hour or two after your exercise. So one day I tried one of these bars, and I thought it was just horrible. The texture was just hard as a rock. The taste was it just tasted really artificial to me.
Yeah.
And it was horrible. It was just horrible. And a couple of days later, I tried a different brand, and it was just as bad as the first.
Yeah.
I said, okay, time out. I know my way around the kitchen a little bit.
Yeah, you're Sicilian. You know food.
I know how to cook. I know how to. I'm not much of a baker, but these bars are not baked. It's a raw pressed bar. And I began playing around with different types of fruits and nut butters and protein powders. And over the course of probably a year and a half or so, I eventually came up with a repeatable formula out of my kitchen where I was able to produce these bars every couple of weeks or so, bring them to my office, hand them out to my coworkers, my gym partners, friends and family. People were loving these bars. And I would have been just very content to continue doing that from now until, you know, any point down in the future. And it was really Madeline in right before COVID, 2018, I guess. And she approached me and convinced me to add probiotics to the bar and bring it to market. And I wasn't, you know, again, she's the product developer. I'm just the kitchen nerd, you know, that's who I am. And anyway, we decided to do that, and that began the journey of trying to develop a company name and go through all of the formal and legal process of setting up an LLC, and you know,
that's a lot of work,
and doing all the things that led up to us eventually releasing 2 flavors in September of last year. So it is cibáre. You do have it correct. It is an Italian word. It means to nourish.
Okay. Yeah.
And we purposely, if you go online and you look at the word, it does not have the accent over the A like that. We purposely did that just to make it unique to our brand and something that people would recognize.
I like it. Yeah. Now, Maddie, what's probiotic for someone that doesn't know, like me?
So probiotics are the good thing that is in yogurt, and traditionally it's only been available in formats like yogurt. But it helps, you know, your gut is like the main source of all things health with your body, and it regulates all the everything that's in your body essentially. So they've recently come out with vegan probiotics. So that is what we added in. Again, traditionally it was only available in dairy products like yogurt. So vegan probiotics, the ones that we're using, we have 1 billion in there. We test obviously before and after, and they are shown to help regulate the entirety of your system, help process protein and muscle utilization, and aid in protein utilization and aid in recovery post-workout, keeps you regular, just does a lot of good things for you. So
yeah, that sounds great. And is it an animal product, or is it vegetarian, or
so our probiotics are vegan. They do not come from an animal. And there are there's no animal derivatives in our product. So it is vegan, although he doesn't like that word.
So you've got that's good for digestion too, the yogurt. Digestion, if I remember right. Wow, that's great.
I think the other thing that's kind of unique about this particular probiotic strain, John, is if you look at yogurts and some of the other products that are out there, they require refrigeration.
Not only that, they're live too. So your probiotic count is just when no longer it sits there.
So really? This bar does not require that refrigeration. The active probiotics, they actually activate once they hit your gut, and that's when they go to work doing
the
things
really
that you're talking about. But they're perfectly happy to remain on the shelf at room temperature. And they don't require the refrigeration that a yogurt, let's say, would have.
So if you open the pack and eat half, you have to refrigerate it after that, or not?
It becomes a personal preference with people. A lot of people ask me, they say, do the bars have to be refrigerated?
Yeah.
Like anything else, if you refrigerate the product, it's going to stay fresh longer. But
Yes.
it becomes a personal preference for people. Some like a firmer texture and some like a real doughy, softer texture. So either way is fine. I'm not going to argue with a personal preference.
Yeah. Okay, we've got a fan. We got a
Yeah,
sounds like we're gonna
that's
fan
Maddie's
there.
little puppy.
I love it. Okay, and so how long have you guys been in business?
So we just launched in September of last year. I'll tell you a little bit more about the bar, because when we were entering this space and doing some research about it, one thing struck us, and that is that there are a ton of protein bars on the market. Just every month there are new bars that are coming out, and we did two things that really helped us to stand out a bit from a very crowded field. The first is the additive of the probiotic, which Maddie already talked about. But the second is that we're really trying to keep the label as clean as possible, and we're not adding any sugars at all to the bar. So the only thing that is sweetening the bar are organic dates. That's it. We don't have any cane sugar. We're not using things like monk fruit or stevia or brown rice syrup or all of this other stuff that so many other bars are using to try and sweeten the bar. And we just chose to leave the protein count at a level that allowed the dates to make the bar as tasty as possible.
Yeah, that sounds good. I looked at the bar. I think it's what, 8 grams of protein, and
it is 8 grams. The dirty secret about protein powders is they don't taste very good. And I learned this the hard way, because I thought, well, I'm just going to make a 25-gram protein bar. The minute you try to cram 20, 15, 25 grams of protein into a bar, two things happen. Number one is the texture becomes hard as a brick. And number two is that the taste becomes so bitter that you have to add either sugars or stevia or something else to compensate for it.
Sawdust, like eating sawdust.
Yeah, we chose a different path for sure. It's a very clean label.
And to that point, we really, I mean, he was making these bars for 10 years at home. And that was something, that was a challenge too, when we went out to a manufacturer to see how we could scale this recipe, keeping it, the consistency and the taste and all that. We really didn't want to lose any of those things that we loved about the bar. So, yeah.
Wow, that sounds really great. I'm so excited for you guys. When I heard about it, it was like, wow, that's great. Like I was saying, to do something within your family is really great. So you have 2 flavors. What are they?
We have a peanut butter chocolate chip, and the other one is a blueberry almond.
Okay. Wow, that sounds good. Now, do you have them at different locations? How's it going as far as?
Yeah, we're in probably a dozen or so stores right now in California, some in the Sacramento area, one in the Bay Area. We were in a store there in Monterey, and then a couple stores down in Southern California as well. People can also buy directly off of our website, and we will ship anywhere in the country. Our website is www.cibarefoods.com. Yeah, and that's kind of where we're at. you talked a little bit about family, John, and at the end of the day, yeah, we're enjoying this. This is really a second career for me. I spent 30 years working in technology and IT. And I wasn't thinking 10 years ago that I was going to retire and go start a protein bar company. But I am, one thing that you learn about your kids, especially when you go into business with them, is that they are a lot smarter than maybe you even gave them credit for as you were raising them. So she's really the brains in this operation. I truly am the kitchen nerd. I create the bars, I make the bars, but it's really Maddy who's the puppet master behind the scenes. That's really really doing everything. And to go back to where I started, at the end of the day, this is a family, and this is really about a legacy that I will provide to her, and this will be her company to do whatever she wants to with long after I'm gone.
Oh man, that's great. Let me show everybody the bars real quick here. There they are. Beautiful packaging, nice, simple, great. Can you guys see?
Yeah. That packaging, that was fun to create. Those waves, we were super intentional about putting them in there. And when we first saw them, I said, those look like waves to me. And he said, well, they look like mountains to me. And we were like, perfect.
That's great. Yeah, a little bit both. And there's the dream team right there. Looks like you guys are at a trade show.
That was actually Melissa and I doing a demo down at the Seaside Market in Cardiff, California. So that's down in the San Diego area.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. Now, are you guys, I know you just got started, but are you thinking of putting another product out, or is the bars just going to be enough?
You can speak to this. What I will say is we had intended on launching 3 flavors. Okay. And this goes back to our not wanting to make any compromises for this bar. The flavor that he was making at home, this 3rd flavor, we still have not perfected scaling it up. It's not something that we are stoked with, so we're not ready to launch it quite yet, but we do have that one coming up and another one, which is my favorite, that he's working on perfecting, that I'm really excited about.
All right. Yeah. That's great.
So if your question, John, was whether or not we're going to be coming out with a line of pizza sauce or, pasta sauce or something, not right now, no.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple.
Yeah. We're focusing on probiotic protein bars.
Okay, I love it. Okay, that sounds great. And I really appreciate you spending time with me and talking about the cibáre bars, and we're going to get some here in Monterey. Yes. Hopefully we'll get some here in Monterey soon. Okay, John and Maddy, thank you so much for coming on. Is there anything you want to say before you go? Or
I don't think so. Thanks for having us. This was fun.
Well, I'm happy to have you on. And when I heard about what you were doing, it was like, that is really great. And, I would like to have you guys come on my show. Yeah. So thank you for coming on, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, so because I want to just thank you too, Johnny. And I've been a fan of Buzzing with Cousin since you started it. So I'm pretty honored, and I feel privileged to be here spending time with you. So thank you.
Now, if you have anything you ever want to post on the Buzzing with Cousin page, you just let me know and just do it. If you got something you want to post. So feel free to do it. So, Maddy, we will probably see you in Carlsbad. John, yes. I don't know when you're coming to Monterey, but maybe we'll have a shot of Crown Royal for Spud.
Oh my gosh.
Spud. Yeah.
I was thinking of limoncello, but okay.
Okay, sounds good. So you guys have a great day, and we're out. Bye.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, John and Maddy Aliotti. Cibáre bars. Delicious. Okay, everybody have a great day. Cousin Johnny out. Bye.